Welcome back. Make sure everything's working here. Okay, I am off mute and make sure the stream is capturing the screen properly. Well, that ain't working. There we go. All right, back to our spreadsheet. For those of you who love to geek out on what these percentage drops are, we've done 2 accounts so far. First account got about 25k EWC. Second account converted over to about only 15k. So what did we learn here so far from Pass Royale and paying $12 for a pass as opposed to something else? Well, we learned that this particular offer, not that one, this one, for about 18 bucks really isn't much better than Pass Royale at 12. The other thing I would say is Pass Royale is for card collectors. So if you have an account under like level 14 and you want to upgrade your cards and you need to collect the cards themselves, well then Pass Royale is a pretty good deal for that. But if you have a level 15 account and you are really mostly in it for the elite wild cards, this deal is actually a few dollars savings. You'll miss out on the tower and the emote. Whoops, I didn't really mean to click it, but you get the idea. So I'd say if you're collecting elite wild cards, the 50,000 for $7 can tend to be better than the Pass Royale in general. All right. And let's continue. I think on some of these I have contributed maybe a shard or two to the latest evolution, but most of them that I'm going to be getting, the full evolution is another big part of Pass Royale, and it's probably one of the main selling points. So if you want Evos, that's pretty much why they changed it all around, is because they invented these Evos to sell more of the pay features of the game, as older players or long-term players like myself, having played for 9 years, who eventually get all their cards leveled up. Well, they needed something new, so they invented evolutions. All right, so just the boxes. Hang on a second. just collecting the boxes, or documenting the boxes, we'll start to do this. So I'll collect the other things at the same time, but I'll try to make it as fast as possible. Oh, these are accounts that aren't fully maxed, so I guess I should be thinking about what I gather. But yeah, doesn't really matter that much. Alright, first box, 2 stars. To a 4-star. I like that. 480 rare. Nice. If ever my cards are maxed, I definitely want to see the elite wildcard conversion go up as much as possible. And not that much gold. As gold seems to be plentiful lately. I hate that one because it kicks you out of the screen. Almost 4 million gold. I'm going to have to think about spending some of it. 1 star stays a 1 star for 28 common. 1 star staying a 1 star. 7 rare. Two star. Staying a 2 star. Gold. Yikes. And a 1 star remaining a 1 star. 672 gold. Wow. Let me check something. So is this King Tower level 15? Huh. So it seems like some of the gold drops are based upon not just King Tower level, they're based on level. Your experience level, because at King Tower level 15 I'm only getting 672 in the boxes, where I got 696 gold in 1 star boxes. So everything seems to diminish based upon King Tower level, which is a little sad, and it's kind of another way for you to get cheated. So if you're buying the pass at a lower level, expect to overall get less than a higher level player. It's crazy. Doesn't really make sense to me, but seems like you would just catch up faster if they gave you the same amount as a lower level. Alright, 1 star, 3 star for 45 rare. Yeah, and so all of these are getting diminished a little bit based upon overall experience level at the game. I mean the experience collected, you know what I mean, like the level that you have of your account, not the King Tower. There's another 1 star. Stays a 1 star. So we're learning things here. That's good. 2 stars. To a 3-star. 11, 12. That's you expressing your opinion, Toucher. Thank you for your opinion. It is duly noted. 1 star turning to a 2-star. Duly noted, my man. You probably never bought a pass, right? Probably don't stream having people talking about, oh, you gotta be free to play. Oh, you gotta be paying, why are you paying money? So this is for all the people who geek out about how much value they're getting from the pass. Okay, so you're just talking smack. I get it. You've bought a lot, but you don't feel it's that deep. I get it. 1 star, staying a 1 star. 5. So that's another 28. Is a legendary card from a 2-star good? Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's. I think there's different tiers to the cards. I mean, the drops that you get, even within the star levels. And you see that with the 5-star giving you, like, it can give you between a common book or it can give you a full evolution. So there's a whole tree of probabilities on that. Let me see if I can show it to you. Hang on a second. Image. Yeah, there it is. So if you go to what is it? clashroyale.fandom.com, you can see a lot of percentages, and that's kind of why I'm doing this here. It's interesting to see how they come out in actuality, and what we found so far from the first 2 accounts, open and pass, is the variability. We converted the first account and it was about 25,000 elite wildcards versus 15,000 in the second account. So there can be a wide range of what you might get given Pass Royale. But I think the intention with the lucky boxes is gambling is a big part of it. So I guess that just makes us addicted to it a little bit more. All right, 1 box. I mean, 1 star. Yeah, I was on a tangent. 2 stars. 2 to a epic for 7. You do get some inherent value with the amount of other things that you get from the pass. You know, you get a full evolution, a king's chest, a bunch of gems and gold and magic chest, but and then you get a certain amount of wild cards, as you can see, along with at least 4 legendaries guaranteed. But this is what I was saying earlier. It seems like the overall value in the past is for the card collector, not a really high level account. So if you're already at 15, pass is having diminishing value, is what we're finding out with this exploration. Okay, so 2 stars to 3. Went to 3, but still gave me gold. 1 star. Yeah, big guy. This is a different level. 1 star to a 3-star for 448 commons. A 3-star. Dang, a 3-star. Man, and gold. That's awful. Nobody wants to see that. One star, staying a 1-star. Gold again. One star to a 3-star. 18 epics. That's the other thing we found is if it's giving you wild cards, it gives you less. And if you get the card straight out with the lucky drop, then it gives you more. So the conversions can be a lot better if it ends up giving you the actual card. 2-star. 2 a 3. There we go. That's a decent drop. 3 of those for 3 legendary. Simple as that. So that's got to be like a top tier 3-star. You know, the only thing you can get better than that is like a maybe one champion card in a 3-star, but I can't even remember if I've ever gotten that. Oh yeah, on the last account we opened, we got 2 champion cards from a 3-star box. So once again, goes to that tiering system within the stars themselves. 1-star stays a 1-star. 7 for 2 epics. Ouch. Just seems extremely meager. Collect the junk. The straight out junk. 1-star to a 4-star. Here we go. 9 bandits. Nice. 1-star to a 4-star. So that's a great drop. I mean, if you got 90 rewards, 29 1-star boxes, and getting 9 bandits out of one box is huge. So whether they convert to elite wildcards or not, it's a huge time savings on collection. One star. Ooh, 3-star again. 448 common. Two-star. To a 3-star. 112 rare. One star stays a 1-star. Three-star stays a 3-star. At least it's not gold. 448 common. I mean, but see, that's a pretty crummy drop. 448 common cards compared to 9 legendaries. Wait, no, 2 champions or 3 legendaries like the other 3-star drops. The 9 legendaries was in the 4-star. 1-star. Stays a 1-star plus 28. One star. Going to 3-stars. No, but not for anything good. 2 stars to a 3-star and an emote. That's where, me personally, I don't get a lot of value because I don't really care about the emotes, but I guess you could say it's worth 250 gems if you really wanted. Uh, that one's kind of, it's okay. It's not great. I don't do a lot of the kissy emotes or hearts. Alright, 1-star box to a 2-star. Banner, wow. And it's like an awful, awful banner. Who would want this? This is one part of the game that still shocks me, that they give out these crap banners that look like hotel carpet. You know, it's so brutal. If you have no banners at all, it's actually better than that banner right there. And green's my favorite color. All right, 1-star. Oh yes, nice. So we saw the 9 bandit cards that it gave me earlier, but as we've established, if it gives you wild cards, it gives you like half or less. So instead of 9, we're getting 4, but they're wild cards. The other good thing is when you get the pass, it goes over your limit. See how I'm 9 over the limit of 20? It's crazy. All right, so 9 plus 4. I'm not really separating the difference between elite wild cards and regular wild cards. But those are pretty good. No complaints there. 1-star turning into a 2-star for 2,800. Two-star. Stay in a 2-star. Or some embarrassing commons. One star. Going to a 2-star for my least favorite card in the game. This is what they need to do on the next rework. I mean, should have been this before Furnace rework. So that's a 2-star for 28 rares. One star for 7 epics. Turns to a 2-star, but we still only get 7 epics out of it. Which, epics are pretty valuable, so. Thanks for the likes. What the flip? A 1-star. Turn into a 2-star. Gives us gold again. Oops. 2-star. Stay in a 2-star. That's not the worst thing that can happen, though. 1 legendary out of a 2-star. Alright, back to the 1-stars. Turn into a 2-star for gold again. If it seems like you get a lot of gold when you're doing the boxes, it's because you do. Alright, here's the big one, and then this account is done. As we already established, it's pretty lame that they only give you 1 spin on this. They should give you 4 spins. It would increase the chances dramatically that you would get an amazing thing from the the purchase of Pass Royale. So this really throws me off on the value, but there's still value in it, especially from a card collection standpoint. That's like the absolute worst drop you can get from the 4 star. I mean, unless you're in dire need of gold, which if you're buying the pass, you're typically not. All right, we're done with that account. Let's keep going. Finally making a little bit of progress. It took me like an hour to just get through the first account. We're not tracking the other stuff anymore. All right, so here we go. Thanks for the follow, Minister. And we get a full evolution. Always good. I gotta remember not to speed through this chest especially, since it's lightning, or you get a choice. You know, typically I'm gonna get some rocket because I like log bait. I always want to get the cards as close up to leveling as possible so that whenever they become stronger in the meta, then I'll have plenty of cards in them already and I won't have to use a lot of magical items. Tough call. I guess I'm continuing the Mighty Miner upgrades. Yeah, see, like that Prince is ready to go whenever I need him. All right, first one, 2 stars. Stays a 2-star for 28 rare. Womp womp. A 1-star. Going to a 2-star. Womp womp for gold. I won't do that anymore. That's a really annoying noise. I should not do that. Just have to entertain myself somehow. Oh, here we go. All right. 1 star, staying a 1-star. For 28 common. What a joke. 1-star. Here's another 28 common, or 7 rare. Wow. 2-star. Okay. Do it. Oh, nice. Boo. I want you to see a good one. I really do. I'm rooting for you, the viewer, to see something decent drop. We've gotten a few so far. The 2 champion cards was real nice. The 9 legendaries was real nice. You know, so it hasn't been a total bust. 1-star staying a 1-star for another 7 rare. But I will definitely not write home about that. One star. Turn into a 3-star. At least it's not gold. For 112 rares. I can dig it. 1-star. Becoming a 2-star. 28 rares. Oops. I think I put this in the wrong place. There we go. 2 stars. Brutal. Brutal. 2,800 gold. It's like, why did I get out of bed this morning? I see something like that. What the flip? Thanks for the follow. You know, I don't get out of bed for a 2-star. 1 star. Staying a 1 star. Seriously. I know slot machines that pay off better than this. One star. Going to 2-star. 7 epics. Yeah, there's 29 of these 1 stars, you know, so when they level up, that's really the bread and butter of the pass. That's a decent one. 1 champion wild, always nice. Goes over the limit because you have the pass. You can convert it to elite wild cards at any time. 4,000 elite wild cards, you know, that's a decent drop. Not to mention if you purchase the pass through the Supercell store directly instead of just in the game, they give you more bonus rewards, and one of them this month was a free elite wild card. Here's a 2-star to a 4-star shard. That's, I think, our first single shard. Very valuable in the game, obviously. I tend to not keep them at 6 because that stresses me out. I'm going to use one. Guess I'll complete that evolution right there. Always try to keep them at 5. I seem to recall if you get one from the left side and you already are at your limit, it will turn into cards, which would be a nightmare. You gotta, I mean, if you're, you know, you pay for a few things, but you don't want to pay through the nose unless you're just super rich or something. But you know, another word for cheap is efficient. So no one has ever accused me of not being efficient. 1 star, remaining a 1 star, 5 for 672 gold. Add you on Discord. Deny. Hell of a message. Block terms. Oh yeah, deny. Love it. Here we go. 3 stars. Big money. Oh, at least we got 1 upgrade. Oh, not gold. Anything but gold. You know, it makes you feel all good with a 4-star, and it just drops gold on you. Yeah, I'm gonna need the gold either way because completing the upgrades to 14 is just an insane amount of gold. But I like the flashier drops, I will admit. One star, staying a 1 star. 7 rares. We've gotten a few of those. 2-star. Oh, turning into a 4-star for wild cards. That's not too bad. That's my 3rd 2-star turning into a 4-star. 510 wild cards. Always nice. Always nice. And when they come out with a new card, you know, you can upgrade it right away. I got a little Prince champion from a 2-star. Is that good? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, where did I get that? I got the shard. I got the one shard from the 3-star. I know there's a way to look this all up on the internet, but I imagine the champion card in the 2-star is the best drop because you're not getting a shard from a 2-star. I mean, the only thing better than a champion card would be a shard because it's more rare. It's going to be more valuable. Oh, that 1-star, that one shard came from a 4-star. I was wrong about that. So yeah, you're not getting any evolution stuff from anything less than a 4-star. This is a 1-star, giving us another boring rare. 7 rares. Thanks for the question. What the flip? You know, it's good to have something to talk about. 1-star. Stays a 1-star. 7 for 28 more comments. One star going to a 2-star. 2,800 gold. Two-star. Turn into a 4-star. That's not bad. I mean, it's better than gold. We're just barely above the gold tier of the 4-stars. But definitely helps a account that still needs cards, you know. And this is just an elite wildcard conversion, but if it wasn't, that would be a pretty decent drop. It still is. 2,000 elite wildcards isn't anything to scoff at. 1-star going to a 2-star for another 28 rare. Three-star, okay. Oh yes, finally. It's been this is the third account, mind you. And let me scroll up. That was a 3-star. Um, so I just want to remember that. But well, I'm not going to scroll up on anything because it'll get it all out of whack. But I'm pretty sure that's the first 5-star that I've gotten out of 3 passes. So if you think about that, with all the boxes you've only got like a 1% chance of it getting to 5-star, depending on where it started at. So this is a legendary book of cards. Very, very helpful indeed. Very valuable. Yeah, man. That's why we gamble. That's, our gambling finally paid off. What the flip? 1-star to a 2-star. 6 for 2,800 gold. Ideally, you want to see like, you know, a 5-star with a book of books. Great drop to have a book of books because I mean, finding 20 champion cards, that going to take a long time. 1-star. But ideally, you want to see that full evolution of something that you don't already have an evolution of. That is the big one. But the Book of Books is really definitely one of the best. 2 rare books and an epic book. Yeah. I forgot what I just got there, but Doesn't really matter. 2 stars. Going to a 3-star. Alright, so one of those. Champion wild card. Always nice. So this is turning out to be a pretty lucrative pass. I'll have to take the tally of the best one and see what the conversion rate is on the elite wild cards. So here's another 602 gold. Whoops. And 1 star going to a 2-star for 112 commons. Almost there, and then I think we have like 2 more counts. 1 star going to a 2-star again for gold. Two-star. I mean, you guys hopefully are starting to understand why I wait all month to do this. I don't know if I'm going to finish the free pass, so, but with as much as I played this month, I was definitely going to finish a few passes. So this is another layer to the game that I enjoy, is just efficiently upgrading the cards. 1 star for 672 gold. Nothing eventful recently since our legendary book drop. Looking for something good. 1 star to 2-star. 7 epics. One star to 2-star again. 28 rares. Two-star. To 4-star. Not bad. We're like working our way up. We got the common, 2500 common out of a similar drop just a few minutes ago. And then 475 rare. That's actually pretty valuable. Rares can be, I mean, there's a lot of good rare cards. So I tend to, yes, it's gonna be a while. We'll see if I have to take another break before we finish, but the first account I did took a really long time. All right, so a 1-star turned into a 3-star for a legendary. Very good. Hey, Caleb. Made it to 9K. Good job. Today I'm just going through some passes as we finish up the last day of the month. I mean, the last day of the season. All right, so here's that final 4-star. Fingers crossed. Go to 5. Ah, come on. That's what I say at a slot machine, like every time it goes not winning. All right, inning stars. 1. At least it wasn't gold. 1869. All right, so let's recap. We got 1869 out of that 4-star box common cards. We got a bunch of gold, but 1 legendary. Wait, oh, I put that in the wrong column. It was a legendary book, not a legendary card. So we got 1 5-star legendary book. A bunch of miscellaneous cards. The 475 rare was pretty good. out of the 2-star boxes. And then a decent showing from the 29 1-star boxes. We got a champion card out of it and a legendary card. So, not too shabby. All right. Sounds good, Caleb. We're moving on. Should just be 2 more accounts. 2 more accounts and we will be done with Box-A-Thon, which is what I'm calling the ever-increasing length of time that it takes me to open all of the boxes out of the pass when I wait until the Sunday before the season is over. What happened there? What is that? Oh, okay. There we go. All right. I think we know the... Stop trying to think. Excel. It's killing me. 90 boxes. 90 gifts. How many boxes is it? 9 plus 29, that's 38, 41, 42 boxes. 42 boxes in all. I always like Skeleton Barrel because one of my favorite decks is MK Miner ID Bats. So, I don't know, after this season though, they're going to nerf it, but chances are that clone deck is probably still going to be widely used, where people are abusing the quantity of... See, I can go ahead and convert that to EWC since my other card's maxed. Yep. I like saving 20 legendaries when I can. If I can just get all the way up there with saving instead of using a book, it's pretty impressive. Only occasionally do I rush to upgrade something. I'm liking AQ a lot lately. Pretty strong in the Royal Hogs deck still. Okay, first box, 2 stars. Stays a 2-star. 28 rare though. 1 star. To a 2-star. For 112 common. Here's the tower. Gets to knock me out of what I was doing. Thank you, tower logic. You know, every season it still does that. Just put the tower over there. I don't need to look at it until I'm done opening my pass. 1 star to 3 star. Boo. Gold. Seems like a lot of things are multiples of 112. It's a little strange. 1 star stays a 1 star. 2 stars. Going to a 3 star. I'm glad. See, it's very entertaining for me, and I like taking a little extra time. I'm glad you're entertained with it. A little extra time to figure out, like, what the heck is, you know, what is going on with all these drops. Yeah, it's separate accounts. I ended up streaming and playing way too much. Right, that's a 1 star to a 2 star. Too much this season, so now I have to pay the price by opening up 540 rewards on 6 accounts. So that will be, I mean, I figure I might as well stream it to you guys like I normally stream the games here. But I'll show you what kind of value you get for the pass at the same time. And overall, what I've learned today, if I'm going to say there is a moral to this story, is that the pass is good for people collecting, if that makes sense. If you're collecting anything but elite wildcards and you're not near that cap where you're almost at everything's 14 and you just need the elite wildcards more than anything else, then the pass is a pretty good deal. Otherwise, if you just want straight elite wildcards, buying 50k elite wildcards for the $7 and skipping the pass for 12 is actually a smarter move. Well, a lot more value because you're not going to get, you have a chance to get the 50k EWC in the pass, but it's only like a 1% chance. So yeah, it all depends on how much you want to gamble. What do you mean my mic is busted? What? Other people have been able to hear me. Possible that, let's see, properties. Seems like it's the normal mic. Rare. That was a 1-star going to a 4-star? Nice. For 180 rare. 2-star. Okay. Yeah, it's just your speakers then, Watt. Other people are verifying that the mic's good. And I certainly have been talking a lot, like my voice is hurting from talking this much. 2-star. To a 2-star. For 112 common. Yeah, your speaker's probably too high. 1-star. Stays a 1-star. Just plus 28. Oh, wait. Really? Plus 28? Where's the 112 come from? I think I might have missed something there, or messed something up. But that's okay. Nobody's perfect. 1 to a 2 for 28 rare equals 28. 1 to 2 for 112 common. Boring, boring, boring. Let's get through all this and get to a good drop, shall we? 2-star to a 3-star. 112 rare. I don't hate it, especially with Ice Golem. I love that guy. Why do I always call him Snowman? I literally thought that was his name until this moment. Snowman. 1-star, stays a 1-star. 7. 3-star. Dun dun dun. Stays a 3-star. Come on. Okay, epic's better than nothing. So having the spreadsheet helps me really see the tiers of, when you're getting gold, you're at the bottom, and then it's just common cards, rare cards, epic cards, whatever else is possible from there. That was a 1-star, I think, to a 4-star. So that's great. 4-star to 32 epics. Get a lot of the emotes from 3-stars. Yeah, I've gotten 3 or 4 emotes already today. It's kind of wild. I'm not a huge emote fan. You can only keep a few in your little hotkey menu. So, um, 1 star to a 3 star for gold. So when I get the towers or the banners or the emotes, I'm just like, it's kind of a waste of my time. Yeah, the 10K Elite wildcards is a really good drop too. Um, I got that on one of my other accounts that I haven't even bought Pass for earlier today when I was testing out the video for this meeting, and I did one battle so that I would get the one box and see if I just wanted to see that the graphics were not covered up by the Excel spreadsheet. And guess what? It turned into 10K Elite wildcards. So I was like, yeah, pretty good drop. But I don't know. The way that these drops have mostly been going today, um, maybe I'm just too difficult to please. I mean, I got the legendary book. I shouldn't complain so much. Yes, but the elite wildcard drop in the 5 star, what the flip is 50,000. So you get exactly what you would need for an immediate level 15 upgrade. That's also one of the best drops in the game. 1 star staying a 1 star for another 672. And I've gotten it a couple times. I've gotten the 50K drop, but I play so many different accounts because I like to gamble. It's ridiculous actually. I just play this for the drops at this point. 1 star to a 2 star. One star. Days of 1 star. 28 commons. But that is a great feeling seeing that 50K elite wildcards show up. 2 star goes to a 3 star. 170. What's up, Democrat? Okay. No, you. Making some assumptions there. 1 star. Like, there's a lot of ways you could go with that, Jonathan. It's like, it could be an insult, or maybe, it's like, Democrat, you're my brother. Or maybe you're like a libertarian and you just like saying, what's up, Democrat. Or maybe you like guessing what political affiliation people have. Two stars, that's 5 plus 28 rares. 3 star. Days a 3 star. Ooh, that's a decent drop. 2 champions. Stays a 3 star. Oh, yeah. Well, that's actually hilarious then, Jonathan. Because I'm not a Democrat. I'm independent, non-affiliated. It's funny though. 3 star stays a 3 star. I'm gonna leave it there for a second. One of my better drops. Elon Musk. Yeah, yeah, Elon Musk. You know, celebrity news. That's one thing. I guess we could talk all day about it if we wanted, but it's already being fed to me on multiple platforms. So if I need to actually talk about any of the celebrity or political news that I get on fed to my phone at least 15 times a day. Um, Maybe that's why I like talking about Clash so much, because I could really give a rat's. I'm going to allow you to use your creativity to finish that statement that I was about to make. 1 star goes to a 2 star for 112 commons. I feel like I need a sportscaster voice to get through these. And we got another 1 star going to a 2 star. 7. 7 epics. Always nice. Like, you're very polarizing, Jonathan. It's like, hey, you're Elon Musk, and then somebody could get upset with they're like, I'm so not Elon Musk, and then but maybe they're a fan of Elon Musk, and they're like, yeah, man, thanks for the compliment. I guess it's all in how you respond. 2 star. I'm a little more literal with things, so I'm gonna have to go with no. I'm 18 weapons, and I am not Elon Musk. 2 star stays a 2 star. Battle banner, totally worthless, especially one like that. You want a good one. Not that bad, I guess. I like Royal Giant. 1 star, going to 3 star. 4, 18 epics. It gives out a lot of like meh banners and backgrounds. And even a lot of the emotes I don't really care for. So like if it really it's really rare that it sends out one that I like. Yeah, bland. Like I've been playing for a while, so I've definitely lived through the whole token phase of the game where they were giving us cool banners pretty much all the time. You just had to save a few tokens. Yay, 2 epic. No, not good. But I mean, if we just go in here, see, like, I like that one because Valkyrie looks kind of badass. And these are all the like bland ones. I mean, the little tombstone guys are cool. That Sparky one's pretty cool. Monk's always cool. This free one they gave us with the club is funny. But yeah, I like the really good ones, like that barbarian with his smile. That's a good one. That hog rider hugging the hog, that was pretty cool. And then they used to give us animated ones all the time with the pass. And these days, they don't even go that far. That pumpkin one's actually really awesome, and I like that purple witch one. Yeah, fisherman. So it looks like it even ranks these in like how cool they are because the lamer ones are at the top. I love any with Prince because he's hilarious. That barbarian with the wig on's hilarious. This was my favorite for a long time with the Halloween Headless Horseman Prince, but then they gave it out for free, and so I was kind of a little upset about them giving it out for free because I didn't want anybody else to have it. But yeah. Oh, okay. So what? Did they give us a animated Spirit Empress one in the past, or was it something else? I can't remember. That's how much I pay attention to banners. All right, 1 star stays a 1 star. 2 star going to a 4 star. Nice. Boo. It's not that great. Equals 510 common. It's okay. Wild cards are handy. Yeah, the 1 and 2 stars is like a necessary part of gambling, so that was a decent one. Yeah, 75 epic? That's crazy. That's a really good deal, right? Yeah, man. I mean, because I'm pretty much upgraded. It's done. I love a drop like that. Basically, you want to save get as much gold out of the pass process as you can, and then complete your cards as much as you can up to the 200 mark if they're epic, or whatever, the 5,000 mark if they're common. 1 star to a 2 star. Another one of the lamest banners in the game. That is impressive. I've gotten 2 of those today. So this is almost like, you're playing a slot machine and it just goes blank, 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 because that's garbage. And the fact that it's a 2 star is hilarious. It should be a no star. They should have a no star in the game. 1 to 3. 45 rares. 2 to 4. 10. Legendary. Yeah. Bringing it down. You know? I don't know. Maybe if I do this again next month, I'll get a soundboard so I can tap like the slot machine thing, and make it go. Yeah, that's better than, you're right. It gives you more value, that's for sure. On a lot of these accounts, I'm playing MK Miner ID Bats, so I love ID and I've usually got it upgraded as high as I can possibly get it. But yeah, you're right about that. That's going back to the scenario though. If it gives you wild cards, it's giving you less than if it gives you the actual card and has to convert it. If it gives you the actual card, you get like double to triple. All right, so 10 legendary out of that. That's going to make up for the entire pass. So just getting one drop like that really saves you from having a terrible pass. 1 star to 170 common. 1 star. 9. Weird. Oh, it turned to 3. Whoops. 8. 6. My brain's probably getting a little fried after calculating all this crap. It's like doing a research project, Like back in college, I would have hated to do anything like this, but for some reason at my age, it's fun. 4 star to a boo. Ah, what a joke. All right, there we go. Let's review this account. 1 4 star that sadly ended in 44,800 gold. Uh, uh, we got a 3 star that gave us 2 champion cards in one pull, so that's great. The 2 star boxes, they did okay. The 4 star box that came out of a 2 star starting box that gave us 10 legendaries is really the big part of this pass purchase. And yeah, the 75 epics on the 1 star boxes that came out of that 1 star box is really one of the best things that we got there. So overall, got a decent amount of elite wild cards, but yeah, without that, fortunately we got those champs and we got those 10 legendary cards. Otherwise, that would have been a bust, right? So this is going to be the last one. The last one, everybody. Thanks for the likes and the follows and sharing the live. We're going to scroll down here to the final one. Open our boxes, open our pass, and calculate everything, and then probably do a little summary at the end. All right. Grand finale, the final. I just want you guys to see one full Evo pool. I mean, we did 6 accounts, 42 boxes in each account, but we still haven't seen a full Evo pool. We haven't seen a 50K. You know, we saw a legendary book. That's really the only book that I think we saw today. A number of other champion and legendary pulls, though. Thanks for the likes. Text the final account on, what did I call this? Box-A-Thon. Stupidest name ever. Yeah, one rare card. Thank you. That's great. Why did I even come out today? One rare card. All right. Getting that graveyard up there. I like that. Guess we'll upgrade that freeze. I'll keep going with gold. Golden Knight. The older champions are finally getting back into the meta with Skeleton King, Golden Knight, and Archer Queen. Even Monk's been in there again. So after they nerfed them all into the ground, they're finally coming back a little bit. So it's nice to get some champion cards and get those upgraded. All right, here we go. 2-star. Days a 2-star. Or some crappy gold. One star stays a 1-star. Oh boy. Star. Oh, it's not common, it's rare. I mean, one of my favorite cards in the game, but still. Gotta give me more of them for me to be impressed. Here's our tower troubles where I've got to flip through the screens real quick. Irritating. One star to a 2-star for 28 rare. Gems. 1-star to a 2-star. 112 common. 2-star to a 3-star for commons. 1-star to a 2-star. 112 common. Whoops. Messed up my calculations. I'm going to post these calculations on Reddit, so if you do surf Reddit occasionally, I did a lot of evaluation on the previous iterations of Pass. Hey, Broadster. Hope you're doing good. We're doing Pass Royale Box-A-Thon. I'm evaluating the boxes that we're getting. I'll probably end up posting all this on Reddit. 1-star to a 1-star for 28 common. I'll have to clean it up and summarize it though. But I'll put a TLDR. I mean, the TLDR that we've learned so far today is the pass is great for the collector in the game, but if you're level 15 and you're almost done and you don't need the evolution, you've collected enough shards. See, like next month, I might not buy it because I think on my main account I've got 4 shards, wild shards. So then I just got to collect the 2 free, and then I can get whatever evolutions out there for free. But then you can just pay $7 and get the 50,000 elite wild cards, 2-star to a 2-star. So that's really the TLDR that I would post on Reddit when I do this. Those are my findings. It does have value over, say, there's a card collectors thing, and if you do the progression, it gives you essentially around the same amount of cards as the pass would, but it leaves out a lot of the gold and the other books and a lot of the other things. So now, was that a 2-star or 1-star? That was a 1-star for 2 stars, and it gave me commons. So 112 in E-barbs, if memory serves me correctly. So that's really it. But I'm glad I did this because on my main account I've only got about 12 more cards that I need to get to level 15. So, you know, unless I need the evolution, I might not even bother. I've been skipping passes though. I don't know if any of you guys are up near 15 and almost having all your cards upgraded, but eventually you start skipping passes because you don't need anything. You can get the evolution, but if you save your wild cards, then you don't need the pass. Sometimes, at the very least. 2-star to a 4-star for 510. Meh. I have 1 level 15 and 2 14s. Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, you're still in the card collection phase, so the pass would be very valuable for you for the gold and for all the drops. I mean, I forget who. Somebody has a post out there about the amount of gold you actually need to upgrade everything to 14, and it's astronomical. I mean, it was like, what was it, 45 million or 25 million, something like that. It's millions, millions and millions of gold. So you'll always need gold until you don't, and then you'll be stuck like me with tons of gold and nothing to do with it. 3 stars to a 4-star. 180 rares, not the worst thing in the world. One star, stays a 1-star. 28 common. One star. Stays a 1-star. 6. And another 28 common. Here's a 2-star. Going to a 3-star. For another 170 common. I'm not really differentiating between the wild cards and the regular cards either in my spreadsheet because it's just for the sake of time. But if you've got a lower account where you're still upgrading cards, the wild cards are hugely more valuable because you can just upgrade any card with them. True. That's true. What the flip? 1 to 2 stars for 112 common. So far, this passes the pits. We are looking meager, a little bit rough. 1 star. Stays a 1 star. I mean, this is when you're glad to give you all the other gifts, like the chests and the gold. 1 star goes to a 2 star. And the evolution. Let's not forget the evolution. I mean, buying the full evolution something is always very costly. So the fact that they throw that in, that's why they downgraded all the rewards. Like when they had the ultimate pass before they did this pass, that was a really good deal. I believe that was a 2 star going to a 3 star. $112 rare. Yeah, 2 star. 1 star. Going to a 2 star. For 112 common. 3 star. Here we go. I'll take my time. It doesn't help. It did not help at all. 3 star staying a 3 star for 448 common. Bah, you know. At least that card's definitely maxed out now, but pretty weak. 1 star going to 2 star. 28 rare. So far, this is shaping up to be my worst pass of the day. So let's see. We got a few more outs here. 1 star. Going to a 2 star. For another 28 rare. 2 star. Staying 2 star. Of course. Because this pass is this is literally the cursed pass. Get it? 1 star. Oh! I just had to complain. No, now it's a 4 star in gold, which is meh. Legendary. 1 star. The 2 star. For another 2800. 1 star again. 2 star. To 3 star. Hunters. Wow. 1 star. To 2 star. I don't know. I'm calling it. This is only got 20 more gifts left, so that's not even 10 boxes. One star. Only 2 stars. I didn't think we could go any further than the second account that only had a 14,000 elite wildcard conversion rate. But I mean, the card collection is still a large amount. Deny. Deny. Sorry, I gotta block some people. Some spammers. Block, block, block. Okay. 1 star. Staying a 1 star. 9. Phew. Never say I don't think it could get any worse because, yeah. 2 star. Come on, baby. No. It's like, don't call me baby. 1 star to 2 star. That's a lot of conversions to 2 star. I mean, like if I scroll up in this spreadsheet on the first account, you'll see tons of conversions to 3 star on that first account that I did. So when you see that many just going to 2 star, staying at 1 star, I mean, look at that. 23 boxes out of the 29 have stayed 1 to 2 star. That's rough. Oh, we're already at the finale. 5 star. Boo. Okay, okay. See what I mean? Sometimes I think it has a little, it must have something to calculate how badly you're doing because it just made up for just about everything as far as value goes into elite wildcard conversion by the 10K drop right there. It caught me up to about that 14K account by giving me that, if that makes sense. It's just kind of crazy. I mean, it's not the 50,000 drop that we're looking for. We want to see the 50,000 drop, but, you know, but I really do think it has something. Because, I mean, people would, if you went through if you really tracked it and you went through a really bad Pass Royale drop rate like we did and you never got anything halfway decent, I feel like people just wouldn't buy it. Because maybe we could figure all that out. All right. That is it. That is all the passes we have. Thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure. I believe yeah, see, I can do some conversions of it, but I mean the first account that I did converted to about um 24K elite wildcards from all the lucky box drops, and then about 9K otherwise. If you just convert it all, makes it easier to kind of calculate the value. The second one was about 14K. I'll do this one that we just did real quick before I finish. So obviously the fact that we got that 10K at the very last second is going to be a huge factor. So let's go ahead and put it at 10K. 10K. And then 180, so 448 commons, so plus 448, plus, wait, what was it, 180? Yeah, 180 rare, plus 180, and their multiplier for elite wildcards is 5. So now we're at 11,000. And then you get, so this is 25 epics. Their multiplier is 25 times 20. And 1 epic card turns into 20 elite wildcards. Hope you're following my math. 112 rares. So again, plus 112 times 5 because they're rare. And then commons, you just count straight out. So that's 1240 plus 1240. So I can see we're already almost up to 14K. So with the magic chests and the king chests and the one free Evo, it's about the value of the second account that I opened. But I'll do these last few. So that's just 40 right there for those epics, plus 40. 119 plus 119 times 5 for the rares, plus 812 commons, plus 812. So again, right around 14K. I mean, the first account that I did got really close to 25K, but then and it looks like the 4-star turned in. It's because it gave me an additional 10K out of that 4-star box, but I already had a number of other decent drops. Not necessarily those, but oh, okay. I was looking at the wrong thing. Those are decent. Those 3 legendaries and oh, there we go. Yeah, I don't know. So overall elite wildcard value, I'd say somewhere between 14K and 25K is what you can get from the drops. So again, that's why I say if you absolutely have to have the elite wildcards, you can just spend $7 and get 50K elite wildcards every week too. This deal will come back every week. But if you are still in the card collection phase of the game and you've got 13s and 12s, then you need to collect those cards. So the elite wild cards aren't going to help you as much as grabbing the pass and just rounding out all the decks that you can create with some average collections, getting them all close to their maximums. So I'll put up this probability list one more time for fun, just to read it a little bit, see how we did today. I think we only got one 5-star. Let me check that again. 5 stars, 5 stars. Yep, we got a legendary book out of one 3-star chest. And that was about it. Out of, there's 42 boxes, so that's 42 times 6. Out of 250 boxes, we got one 5-star drop, which really, in a sample set of that size, I mean, it's only supposed to be 1 to 2% is what they say, and then there's the different layers between the 5-star drops. You know, you can get the bottom tier 5-star drop, which is like a common book, and you're like, okay, well, that's a decent drop, but it's not 50k elite wildcards or a full evolution. All right, so I hope you had fun watching. I'm exhausted. All these calculations were tiresome, but I'll post something on Reddit later. Thanks for watching. Feel free to follow, and I'll catch you in the new season where I'll be abusing Evo Furnace as early as possible.